My name is Katie Sweet, and this speech is to discuss the reasons that America has become the land of entitlement. Due to the pampering of our youth and lowering of expectations, America has become the land of entitlement. In a time when we have so many advancements to technology and general ways of life, instead of appreciating the splendor of these advancements, we have become a society where that isn't enough. Everything must be easier and quicker instead of having to work to achieve the fruits of our labor. If all technology crashed, no worker would be able to do their job because we are so reliant on this technology. So why weren't our parents and grandparents an entitled generation? I remember my grandfather telling me a story about when he was growing up, they would work from sun up to sundown. They woke up in the morning, generally around 4 a.m. They go do their chores, go to school, come home, and then work until the sun went down. Except for Sunday, because that was the Lord's Day. We had the honor a couple of years back to walk through the ruins of the house my great-grandfather was born in and that my grandfather grew up in. It was a 2-story home, but upstairs was only used during the winter months. There was no indoor plumbing or electricity, and obviously no computers or TV. In the warmer months, they were able to sleep upstairs in their bedrooms, but in the summer months or other cooler months, they all slept in one room to keep warm. Their generation worked for everything they had. Their reward was having food on the table and wood to keep them warm. They had to become adults at an early age to survive. So where did the entitlement begin? In the 1980s, the parenting trend went from children earning their way to their parents doing everything to let their kids have more time to focus on education. Even though they had good intentions, it was the beginning of the you owe me generations. In their minds, this was supposed to create an advanced generation, to create an intelligent and advanced group of children who grew up to take over our government. But due to this, children were no longer accountable for their actions, to themselves, school, or other adults. Now flash forward to the current generation of children. If a child receives a bad grade or acts out, it is a parent's fault. It has created a school system that won't hold children back if they fail. My stepbrother failed several grades in grade school and they refused to hold him back. Due to this, he ended up failing out of his sophomore year and dropping out of school. He is now 22 years old and can only work in trades to where high school education is not required. So if they don't get an A for just showing up, why are there participation awards? My daughter Emma came home from school and told me about there being a Medican dodgeball. Now, since parents don't want their children to be left out, they have to have a chance to be revived, to be involved. They're no longer expected to deal with disappointment and aren't taught to face adversity and overcome it in any portion of life. If they don't learn how to deal with adversity, how do we expect them to grow into functioning adults? According to BrainyChild.com, learning how to solve problems will provide a number of unique benefits to your children. Some of those benefits are development of confidence and courage, enhancement of self-image and self-esteem, creating a dynamic personality that is full of energy and vigor, better classroom learning and comprehension, and an ability to face any odds or difficulties. If this entitlement of our youth is not stopped, the younger generations will never be able to take care of themselves or problem solve independently. At this rate, school will have to give A's just for showing up so that kids aren't singled out by worse grades. Having children who must have a pat on the back for every small thing and getting participation awards will give us children who have to live with their parents forever because they can't face life. The impact on our society and economy is creating a generation to where welfare is beneficial. Because having a lower paid job, if you're on welfare or you don't work at all, you get your house, your food, and sometimes other expenses paid for. At the end of the year, when we file tax returns, if you're on welfare, you get earned income credit even though you haven't worked. So the system actually makes it easier for people to stay on it that have to work hard to support their families. Whereas families who have 2 working adults and children may only see $6,000 a year back in tax returns. People who are on welfare are seeing around $10,000. The difference between our economy and those who don't have these issues are children who still have to earn their way. Carolina Izquierdo lived with a family in Peru. She was doing a study on the entitlement of children. Peruvian children would fish to feed their families. They would go out, catch the fish, clean them, serve them. They would clean and then go out and find other chores to contribute to their society. They didn't have adults following them around, threatening to spank them. They didn't have somebody following them around with a belt to get them to do what they're supposed to do. They just knew that that's what they had to do to contribute to their society. The point is that setting expectations teaches children humility and determination. You often hear parents complaining about their children. People say that children are disrespectful, that they don't appreciate anything they have, that they won't do chores, they want to sit around the house and watch TV or be on tablets all the time. My argument to these parents is that our jobs as parents is to set expectations and guide them to meet those expectations. If we can do this without enabling them to look for handouts, we will see children who are able to function as adults in society. If we instill the right morals into them, they will be able to carry out these morals into their adult lives and function better as adults. Thank you.